All right, welcome to the Maximum Edge Sports Wagering Show. My name is John Santucci. Call me Tooch. With me, as always, is Anthony from Pound It Sports, and it's Thursday night football. Anthony, how are you?
I'm great. I'm looking forward to tonight's games.
All right, we have one college, one NFL game that we'll be talking about tonight, and a little recap of Monday Night Football, which was our last show, the Packers and the Lions. Packers a 35-17 winner over the Lions, and that game went over the total, and the Packers ended up covering a 12-point spread. Anthony, any thoughts on Monday Night Football? I guess we kind of found out, a little bit more about both these teams.
It was a great game, especially the first half. The Lions came out firing. They were exchanging touchdowns. We saw Aaron Rodgers. We knew Aaron Rodgers was going to come back. There's a very beat-up Detroit Lions team. Aaron Jones, 4 touchdowns. Unfortunately, we lost our free play with Davante Adams anytime touchdown, which was mind-blowing. Because
what the heck?
I mean, Rodgers throws 4 touchdowns, 3 to Aaron Jones, 1 to Robert Tonyan, and 9 to Davante Adams. Are you kidding me right now?
I know. Aaron Jones is very selfish.
Yeah, big time.
Oh, man, I wish I had taken the prop bet of Aaron Jones 4+ touchdowns on FanDuel.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
I saw somebody had $25 on it, paid $875.
Not a bad night if you had that, not a bad night. Right, and the Packers, we kind of talked about that spread being a little high, were they going to cover that big number, and whether or not this game would go over. Because the trends all said under between these two teams. Now the you and I were all over the over.
That was the 15-unit bomb, and everybody that jumped on our YouTube subscription for free got a 15-unit bomb. It was the over, and only 8 of you took advantage of it.
That's amazing. Well, we got 8 new subscribers, which I love. We're trying to drive traffic.
And only 8 of you took advantage of the free 15-unit bomb, and it cashed easily.
That was easy money. 15-unit bomb for the over, and all you had to do was subscribe to Maximum Edge Sports Wagering Show YouTube channel.
That's it.
And it doesn't get much easier than that. All right, so let's head to NCAA football and talk about the Marshall Thundering Herd visiting the Rock. Appalachian State. Appalachian State is a 7-point favorite. These two teams played each other last season with Marshall a 6-point road dog, and they ended up winning outright 17-7 at Appalachian State. And of course, Marshall had that bad beat last week against East Carolina. They were up big, and then just 21 unanswered points in the last 7 minutes of that game. I was on the other side of that one. I'll tell you, I had Marshall, but it doesn't get as bad as that. Don't get worse than that as far as
that was a bad beat. I mean, I smelled fishy all over it, and the whole game, Marshall dominated the game, but the last 5 minutes, it's like they stopped playing. East Carolina took advantage of their weakness. I don't know what it was. They just stopped playing Marshall. So
we know Marshall could put points on the board. But they haven't faced the level of competition that Appalachian State has. Both these teams are 2-1 and 2-1 against the spread this season. They do have one common opponent, which is East Carolina. And Appalachian State defeated East Carolina. Marshall, as we said, happened to be on the other end of a disastrous last 7 minutes. Let's talk about where this line opened. It opened at 7.5, and over under of 57. That over under has climbed up to 59.5, and the line stayed about the same, but now it's a 7-point spread rather than 7.5. I guess Marshall money must be coming, but 58% of the bets are on Appalachian State. 57% of the money is on Marshall.
Yeah.
So lots of maybe some sharps on Marshall. These two schools, according to CBS Sport, Marshall comes in this game ranked 71st in the nation, and Appalachian State at 42. Appalachian State gave Miami all they could handle losing 25-23. How are you feeling about this game? Are you leaning one way or the other?
Well, before we go to that, I just want to let you know the Giants just hit a 3-run homer, so now they're winning 5-4. And if
All
you're
right.
a VIP of mine and John's, we got the Giants, so that's a big one.
Nice.
I also live bet them at plus 300, so that's good news. Let me get back to the
Very
game.
good. Very good news.
Marshall. So I remember this game distinctively last year, and Appalachian State was heavily favored. A lot of money was on Appalachian State. Everybody was on Appalachian State because of how good of their defense. It wasn't really. Nobody talked about their offense. Everyone talked about their defense. And at the end of the day, Marshall showed up and beat them straight up 17-7. And you know what? It would not surprise me if we see that outcome today. Marshall has got to be pissed off from last week because they had that game won at home to not a very good team, East Carolina. But then on the other hand, Appalachian State, they are just very consistent. Very consistent. Their defense is very good. Marshall is a run-first offense. And Appalachian State, you better believe they are going to be ready to stop the run. They're going to force Marshall to throw the ball. And I lean Appalachian State to win. Now, covering the 7 is going to be a stretch because this is going to be a dogfight. And you better believe Appalachian State is going to want revenge from last year because overall, they are the better team. But it all depends on who wins on the field, not on paper.
Yeah, and Appalachian State Stadium, generally a tough place to play for road teams. Marshall does have some talent on the outside at the wide receiver position, so for them to throw, they can put points up on the ground and through the air. So if it's a close game, like I said, my first instinct was to take Marshall plus 7. If it's going to be a close game, I want those 7 points. But for me, I think this game's probably a stay away for me.
Same here. Huge advantage goes to the home team. But again, Appalachian State was at home last year. This could be a trap game more than anything. And on the total, I would take I would lean the under. I'm not touching this game overall, really, but the lean is on the under. And in fact, the line is going down because 2 days ago when I started this broadcast, I posted the over-under at 60. So when I just went to go update my banners, it's actually 58.5. So the money's coming in on the under right now. And I agree with where the money's going to. I'm leaning the under more than any other bet in this game.
Right. I agree with the last year they only scored 24 points. Where it's at now, 58 points, a lot of points. That's 8 touchdowns. So you figure they each have to score a touchdown every quarter.
They're going by the Marshall game. They're thinking the Marshall can put some points on the board, so Appalachian State's going to put some points on the board. Appalachian could definitely put points on the board. Marshall's defense is not that bad, and Appalachian State's defense is very good. So 58.5, that's just way too high for me to even touch. So I'm leaning under 100%.
I would too. I lean under in this one. Some of the trends are Appalachian State are 5-11 against the spread their last 16 games. The total has gone over in 9 of Appalachian State's last 13 games played in September. Marshall 1-4 against the spread their last 5 games, and the total has gone over in 10 of Marshall's last 14 games. Trend kind of pointing toward the over, but they're not taking into consideration we're almost at 60 points.
Exactly.
So I also lean under here. It's a lot of points. You're looking at a 30 to 31 to 30 game. 35, 31.
I don't see Appalachian State defense giving up more than 17 personally. I think Appalachian State's defense is just too good in this, especially at home.
Right.
If anything, we're going to see Appalachian State put the points on the board, but I don't see Marshall scoring more than 17 today.
Right, and last week Appalachian State played Elon, a college right down the road from Boone, North Carolina. And the first half was real close.
Yeah.
Elon, and I think it was 14-10 at halftime, and then the second half, Appalachian State pulled away, ended up covering a big number. But this game might be a game where you're thinking maybe first half under.
That's a good.
Might be a good play. But all right, let's talk a little bit about the Thursday night football game. And this game sure has some questions, man. I'll tell you, you got the Panthers heading to Houston to play the Texans. Panthers are 2-0, and they are an 8-point favorite in Houston. And the Texans are 0-2, and this game over-under set at 43, so a little bit low. But, man, there's Tyrod Taylor, is out for this game. And the Texans are starting a rookie. So where this line opened, it was a 3.5-point Texans as a favorite. And that's with Tyrod Taylor. Right now it's at 8 points. So you figure that Vegas set the line. These two teams meeting each other, the Panthers 3.5 points favorite. Actually, if you given the Texans 3 points at home, that the line was originally set as Panthers being a 6.5-point favorite over the home team. Over the Texans in a neutral site. So, are you leaning? Any thoughts on the side for this?
This is a tough one. Number one, I hate 8 points. Yeah, the Panthers beat up on the Saints. They beat up on the Jets, but they were at home. One thing, the consistency is home field advantage. Texans are playing at home. When they played at home versus the Jaguars, they destroyed them. Yes, that was with Tyrod Taylor. Today we got a rookie quarterback. 8 points is a lot to lay on the road. The last two Thursdays, the first half is covered, and the game has not covered. So the favorite has covered in the first half and has failed to cover for the game. 2-0 and 2-0. The over has also cashed on the last two Thursday night games. And we were on the under in the last game, and that went way over. So over 43, you know what? I'm going to lean the over, and I'm just going to go with my gut and take the Panthers. I can't take the Texans. I can't do it. But
you're looking at a rookie making his first start at quarterback. A rookie wasn't even a high draft pick. I personally don't know anything about Davis Mills as an NFL quarterback.
I never heard of him until he came in the game last week, and he did score a touchdown versus the Browns. So he came in last week versus the Browns. The only reason I know all this is because I had the Browns defense on my fantasy, and I was kicking myself in the rear end because the Texans were scoring all over him. Tyrod Taylor was like a madman. I was like, who is this guy? This is not the Tyrod Taylor we know. But yet to know, Tyrod Taylor actually took the Bills to the playoffs. Nobody remembers that. I certainly didn't remember that. So, long story short, he came in. He was a 3-and-out. He got sacked. He threw an interception. But toward the end, he started getting more comfortable. He threw a touchdown, or guy ran for it. Either way, they scored a touchdown on offense. So he led his team, which was made into a one-score game in Cleveland, for a touchdown, which is impressive, not having any experience whatsoever, especially with the first-team reps. So I'm going to give this guy some break, but the Panthers are just too good. We went over their defense, me and you, earlier. They got some studs on defense. They're healthy. Christian McCaffrey is he's not even human, this guy. This guy is a freak of nature. He can't be stopped. There's not one defense that can stop this guy. So I think we're going to see a huge dose of Christian McCaffrey. Darnold is going to get pressured, and he's just going to throw it or give it off to his safety blanket, McCaffrey, and I think Panthers run away with this.
So, you and I were talking offline about this game. I actually kind of lean towards the under. I'm not sure Davis Mills could put up that many points. The Panthers, of course, they got a shot in the arm, and Sam Darnold looks like he got a shot in the arm with a change of scenery and going to Carolina. He's out of the New York spotlight. He's got weapons. Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and Christian McCaffrey. These are some guys who can really, light it up, man, with explosive plays. Robbie Anderson could certainly
Robbie Anderson for the
tear the top off the defense. So,
yeah.
But on the other hand, the Texans are playing fairly good defense under defensive coordinator Lovie Smith, former Bears head coach. And they're going to be playing that Tampa 2. They're going to have that shell with 2 deep safeties. They're going to make Sam Darnold march down the field with short passes, which is great for Christian McCaffrey in the dump-off pass. And
Texans got weapons too. No one remember. They have Brandon Cooks. That guy is fast. He's like a Trey.
Philip Lindsay is there too. Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram, running back, and he's a
David Johnson.
Tackle. David Johnson. They got. I mean, I hate to say it like this. They got everybody that what nobody wants, but they're still big names, and some of these guys can still get it. So it wouldn't surprise me for the Texans to cover. Personally, I don't have any money on the side, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Texans cover. I just can't take the Texans tonight. Couldn't even touch the game period, or the side period, because of the rookie quarterback. We don't know what to expect. He's either going to be really, really bad, or he's going to be really, really good, or just enough like Sam Darnold to manage the game. Because Darnold's not going to wow you at quarterback, but he is going to manage the game and move the chains and score touchdowns like he has been. And that's all he needs to do, because when you got McCaffrey and you got weapons at wide receiver that he didn't have in New York, that's all you need is to do is manage the game. So, we don't know who this rookie quarterback is tonight.
Right. The Carolina play caller, Joe Brady, man, he's pretty creative offensive play caller. Obviously, I think Carolina will win the game outright.
100%.
And I'm a little leery of the backdoor cover with the Texans in the second half. Maybe the Panthers get out to a nice lead in the first half, which is why we kind of like the Panthers in the first half.
What? I'm going to change my lane. I'm going to say the Panthers cover the first half, but they failed to do the game. I'm going to stick with the trends that the first 2 Thursday night games have gone to. I was thinking the Panthers maybe win by 10. That was my original prediction. But after really thinking about it, Texans do have weapons. They don't have a bad defense. Their defense isn't that bad. They're not going to be able to stop McCaffrey, but they're not bad. I think the Panthers cover the first half. I think this rookie quarterback is going to have nerves. This is his first start. Everyone's cheering for him. He's going to make some mistakes. I think the Panthers go off to a fast start because they need to take advantage of the rookie's nervousness. But the second half, I think he settles down. Coach gives him a good pep talk. And I think the Texans start waking up toward the end of the game.
So we did talk. I don't know who the Texans' place kicker is. So because
that's another thing. Yeah, we were
Fairbairn, their place kicker was placed on injured reserve. So I'm not sure. I believe they signed Joey Sly, who I think was on the Panthers at one time. So kicking against his former team. But
he's not bad. He's good enough to do the job. He's not long term, but he's good enough to do the job.
I have not been able to find an update on who the Texans place kicker is.
We're going to find out right.
We'll find out. We'll find out in a couple hours.
And if it's David Sly, that's not a bad thing. So I can live with David Sly if I'm back in the Texans. I can live with David Sly because at least we know he's going to hit these extra points. Now it's going to be borderline if he can hit a 49, 50-yard field goal. But anything 45, 40 or below, or 40 or below, he can hit those. So, and it's indoors, so the weather's not a factor.
Yeah, I'm personally going to stay away. I kind of like the first half. Bet. And again, I would lean under. I just don't know if Davis Mills can put up that many points. Maybe the Texans defense stiffens and keeps. Carolina only put up 17 points last week.
I do believe he throws an interception though. I know there's a prop out there that if he throws an interception, 100% confident he does throw an interception today, whether it's tipped or whatever.
I like that bet.
Because he's going to have
Davis Mills to throw one interception.
They're going to be down at least 10 at one point of this game, and he's going to have to air it out. They can't rely on Mark Ingram to just move the chains or a little dump off because the Panthers' defense is going to be all over that. So he's
Right.
going to be forcing throws. He's going to make rookie mistakes, and he's going to throw an interception. That's my prediction on that.
All right. Well, how about we talk a little bit about some of the promotions we got going on at Maximum Edge Sports?
Yep.
Let's talk about Anthony's promotion
So
he has going on.
I got 3 between the Appalachian State game and the Thursday night game NFL. I do have 3 plays total, including a 10-unit bomb. The 10-unit bombs are now 6-1-1 in the last 8 bombs released. So we're doing really good on our bombs. We're hitting almost 65% for the year in 10-unit bombs. So 3-0. If we don't go 3-0 in NFL, which I do have some other plays involved, if we don't go 3-0 in our football plays, you're going to get a free week. It's $20 for the night. Join pondasports.com. We got plenty of plays. We're going to win. And if we don't win tonight, which I'm really positive we are going to win, you're going to get the rest of the NFL, and you're getting a whole full week for free.
All right. And for me, I'm running the same. We're promoting our YouTube channel. So subscribe to the Maximum Edge Podcast YouTube channel. Send a screenshot to my DM on Twitter, and you'll get my NFL and college football top plays.
Yeah.
Starting tonight.
Don't miss out on this one. Like I said, only 8 people took advantage of the 15-unit bomb. John has 3 games on tap for tonight, so don't miss out on that. That's easy. It takes you 30 seconds to subscribe to YouTube. Click, screenshot. Send it to him. Boom, 30 seconds.
Right on. All right, so let's give out a free play. And free play is in the NFL tonight, right?
Yep, we got 2 free plays for you guys tonight.
All right.
We're feeling a little generous tonight, aren't we?
Here we go. All right, our free play record 9-6, not bad. So here comes. We got Christian McCaffrey over 5.5 receptions. I like that versus the Lovie Smith Tampa 2. They'll figure a lot of dump off passes. No one does it better out of the backfield than C-Mac. And the Panthers minus 5.5 first half. So
McCaffrey had 9 targets, 9 receptions in week 1 versus the Jets.
Right.
Last week versus the Saints, he had 7 targets, 5 receptions versus the Saints. Now, Saints have a good defense, and he still got 5 receptions. So we're pretty confident this number is going to be around between 7 to 9 tonight. Texans have a good defense. Like John said, they play the Tampa 2, so you're going to see a lot of drop-off passes, like 5-yard passes. And what better way to get a 3-yard pass than throwing it to Christian McCaffrey? He can dodge any tackle and get yards after the catch.
Right. It doesn't matter. All he's got to do is get 5-6 catches because – 6 catches because, I mean, he'd get tackled behind the line of scrimmage and still make a catch.
That's it. And Panthers' first half, just like exactly what I said earlier, Tooch and I loved the first half today on the Panthers. The rookie quarterback's going to be nervous. They're probably just going to run the ball a lot in the first quarter, just get them for the groove of things.
Yeah.
And that Panthers defense is sick. They are just sick. So they're getting all the nerves out. Panthers are going to be up at least 10-0 at some point in the first half. So it's going to be up to the defense to hold it. So basically, if they're up by 6 or 7 points, I see Panthers are definitely cover the first half. Not sure about the game, though.
All right. And that being said, so we'll be back tomorrow at this time, and we'll be talking there's 4 college football games tomorrow night. So join us back here at 5:15 Central Time, 6:15 Eastern Time. And we'll see you next time. See you tomorrow, Anthony.
See you tomorrow, Tooch.
And I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction.
Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible.
Invincible hustle, mighty desire to conspire, to transpire, to be higher.